32 boroughs, 270 tube stations, 600 bus routes, 60,000 streets, and just about 8.1 million people. Now, I don't know about you, but that is an intimidating and complicated city for any one person to master. When I was presented with the idea of living in London for 6 weeks, I was ecstatic. But I knew I would need to figure out my way around the city as soon as I got there. And not just to complete my excursion assignments and make it to class on time. I also really wanted to just explore London and see what this amazing city had to offer. There's one catch to all this navigation. I am what you may call directionally challenged. So when I touched down in London, I knew I would need a strategy to figure out how to get around. And that strategy is where this little gadget comes in. The digital revolution has changed my interactions with transportation because it's made transportation much more intuitive and a more enjoyable experience. Well, just how has the digital revolution impacted how I travel around London? Well, the advent of digital technologies and iPhones has introduced GPS technology and contactless payments on public transportation. For the modern traveler, a GPS or map app is an indispensable tool to learning how to use a foreign public transportation system. Digital map apps calculate routes using all forms of public transportation and pair them with easy to follow and clear walking directions to make sure every user will get to point A to point B. These apps can also calculate traffic in real time, road closures and blockages, and can even suggest alternate routes depending on a person's travel habits. These apps have also gotten extremely more sophisticated in recent years. Map apps, like the one I like to use, will actually suggest new locations I can visit based on my personal data and travel habits. In fact, I'm not the only person who relies on a mobile map app to get around a city. A new study by the Manifest actually found that 77% of urban smartphone users use GPS map apps on a regular basis. My favorite app is Citymapper. Citymapper can actually show me several different routes at the same time with time calculations and prices all side by side. And this is really, really useful because if I have to get somewhere in a hurry, I can take the most direct route by taking the tube. But if I have a little bit of time and I want to do a little bit of sightseeing, I can take the bus or cut through a park based on their mapping calculations and really, really enjoy how I'm traveling and where I'm traveling to. Citymapper also has a really unique feature that shows reviews and insights on specific locations that I'm headed to that were left by past users. So when I go to a restaurant or museum, I can find and discover things that the average traveler really wouldn't find on their first pass. And reading these reviews adds a level of social interaction to the app. So when I travel, I also feel like I've had a social experience and I've really interacted with Londoners in their natural habitat. Gone are the days of using paper maps to navigate London. With my iPhone and the digital revolution, I can now navigate London easier and have an added element of individuality to my travel. Contactless technology, as a result of the digital revolution, has also impacted my travel experience here in London. According to Business Insider, there are 100 public transit systems around the world that rely on contactless technology to streamline their users' experience. London is at the forefront of this contactless revolution. Now, what is contactless? Contactless comes in the form of Oyster cards and through seamless integration with companies like MasterCard. And none of this would be possible without the digital revolution. So how does all this work? Well, my Oyster card works because it emits a small radio signal, also known as RFID. Now, when this RFID signal makes contact with the touchpad then extracts a small unique code from my card and then communicates that code to a server. And that server then extracts payment from my card. So even though this isn't digital at all, this actually is contingent on the digital revolution. Tube station traffic jams caused by the need to print paper tickets or the need to use complicated machines to reload cards are a thing of the past, and they've been replaced by the streamlined technology of contactless cards. Integration of contactless technology has vastly improved my travel experience around London. In my first week, I was really worried about making it to class on time, making platform changes, just navigating the endless stream of tunnels that crisscross under London. With the ability to just tap in and out, all of that stress was taken away, and I could really focus on what I was doing instead of how much money I had left on my card. We're going soon, or else we're gonna miss our train.
Destination is South Kensington.
The digital revolution has made learning London transportation a breeze. Without technologies like GPS and contactless ticketing, just getting around London would have been a much greater challenge, especially for a directionally challenged individual such as myself. I never had to worry about getting confused about which street to take, or wondering which direction to take the tube, or just being confused by really complicated different lines on. Moreover, the actual experience of traveling around London was enhanced by technology. The social interactions I got by using GPS apps and the reduced stress I got by using contactless technology made my experience not just easier, but better than it could have been without the digital revolution. With all this, I was able to understand London from a new perspective, by traveling the way true Londoners do. All that said and done, I only have one question left. Where will the digital revolution take me next?